So hi there, everybody. We had an announcement a couple of days ago, and Panasonic announced two new full-frame cameras, and together with that, they also did a big announcement when it came to a lens. The lens being a 10 to 25 f1.7. It's the fastest zoom lens ever made. But it got me actually thinking a little bit, and I know a lot of people think that the Micro Four Thirds system is reaching to a point to where it's going to be hard to innovate and make the sensor better and more megapixels and stuff like that. And this actually proves one thing. Panasonic making a lens of this caliber together with Leica means that they're actually looking forward to developing the system even more, and that makes me very, very happy. And the reason is because going to full frame, it doesn't actually matter how small the camera gets or how lightweight that gets. If you want really fast glass, that glass is going to be huge, and you can see that on more or less all the full frame bodies or all the full frame glass that has been announced the latest weeks from Nikon, from Canon, and now also from Panasonic. Those lenses are going to be big and bulky. And the thing here is with my thoughts, at least with the 10 to 25, it's a little bit of a strange lens, and I'm saying that because it is a very big lens, and it reminds me a little bit of what I have here. This is the Sigma 18 to 35. What it reminds me of is, number one, the size. And there's a reason that I once sold this setup. I used to have a Metabone speed booster, and now I use the Viltrox because I have tried them both side by side, and the difference, I mean, I couldn't see any difference between them, and the Viltrox is actually like a third or a fourth of the price to the Metabones, but it does essentially the same things. It works as a focal reducer for your lenses. So basically, this lens becomes like more or less a 25 to 50 in full frame equivalent, which isn't far away of what the new lens from Panasonic is going to be. That is a 10 to 25, so it's got basically going to be a 20 to 50 millimeter full frame equivalent. And that actually got me thinking a little bit, because as much as I do enjoy shooting with this lens, it is big and bulky. I only use it when I have real like paid jobs and stuff like that, when I need that premium quality. And one thing that I'm thinking about is that if Sigma can make a lens like this, and Panasonic are actually making the 1.7 lens that we are talking about, this speed booster, why can't they implement the technology of the speed booster to a lens like that and make it, instead of a 1.7, make it like a 1.2 or 1.1? Because if you have the Metabone speed booster, the XL version, you can actually make this setup to a f1.1, and that's really cool. Of course, you won't get the weather sealing with the setup. You won't get the freeze proof, which I'm guessing that lens is going to be. You won't probably get the autofocus speed of what the 10 to 25 is going to be. But I'm actually guessing that that lens is probably going to be a quite expensive lens, like all of the Panasonic Leica branded lenses are. I mean, the quality is there, so I'm not saying that it's going to be an expensive lens for what you get, but still, it is a lot of money. And yeah, so of course, the things that I don't like about this lens is the size, and I'm guessing that they're gonna share more or less the size, because I know that that lens is gonna be like a 77 millimeter filter thread. So quite a big thing to think about. This is the 72, so it's actually a little bit smaller, but I'm guessing it's gonna be in that ballpark. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure on that lens. What I do like is that they have actually made the 10 millimeters really wide, so for a lot of people, it's gonna be going at least to that super wide angle field of view, which is actually quite nice. For me, I'm probably gonna get that lens anyway, but for me, when I'm looking at zooms, I really like to have that telephoto side a little bit further. That's actually why I today have the 12-60 from Leica instead of the 12-35, because I do appreciate having those extra millimeters on the tele side, because then you can actually do a lot of portraiture with your lenses, and being a 20-50 millimeter full frame equivalent, you actually don't get that. But for video, it could actually be a big deal. One thing I'm a little bit disappointed, I'm not going to say disappointed, but because it is the first ever 1.7 zoom, I would have loved it to have stabilization, so you can get that beautiful dual IS. The dual IS is, I mean, when I get my 12-60 on the Panasonic GH5, I can handhold more or less everything. I'm sitting in a car and it looks so good, so I would have loved to see that. But of course, it seems to be a great lens. We don't know everything about it. I'm guessing it's going to be as sharp as all of the other lenses made by Panasonic and Leica together. But yeah, but I do love the statement of this lens and what it means. It means that Panasonic aren't forgetting about the Micro Four Thirds system, because there are a lot of people who love that system because of what it can give you in form factor and in size and stuff like that. So I'm very happy about that. I would love to know what you think, and these were only my thoughts. Of course, we don't know how this lens is going to be. We don't know about the full frame cameras too much. I mean, doing more research, I thought that they were supposed to give us a flippy screen like the Panasonic that I'm shooting on right now has. It seems to not be a tilty flippy screen. It seems to be like more of a Fuji version, and if that's true, big letdown. Sorry Panasonic, I have to say what I think. So yeah, contrast-based autofocus. I mean, the contrast-based autofocus is getting better. Of course, if they would put phase detect on it, that would be great as well. But yeah, I mean, that tilty flippy screen, please Panasonic, make it happen. Don't give us like a worse version of what you actually really are doing. And 10-bit, you have to do 10-bit. If you're really serious about what that camera is supposed to do, you have to give us 10-bit. But knowing Panasonic and what they have done so far with the GH line series, they're gonna at least try to give us more or less everything, because their business is not in protecting other cameras. They're hopefully gonna try to make the S1 and the S1R as good as they can. Yeah, but those are my thoughts about the lens and the conclusion of the full frame cameras. One thing that people aren't thinking about is that they said early 2019, and then I saw an interview with the Panasonic rep on Cinema 5D where they actually said that, well, we will have another announcement in early 19. So I'm guessing it's gonna take a while until people actually are shooting on these cameras. And if you look closely at the model that they have at Photokina, it looks far from done. So I'm hoping really that they give us the flippy screen. And other from that, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Is it going to replace the Panasonic GH5? It's not going to replace it. I might have them both side by side, using them for different things, but I'm so happy with the Panasonic GH5 and what it does. And as I said in the first video about the S1 and S1R, please, if you're serious about video, let us detach the XLR1. I'm using it right now. I use it very often, when I can at least. So yeah, those were my thoughts about the lens. I'm looking forward to using it. I'm not sure if it is for me. I mean, the size is very, as I said, equivalent to this. But yeah, those were my thoughts. I would love to know what you think about the lens and even the new cameras. Let's see what's gonna happen there. We don't know. Yeah, until the next time, please subscribe, like this video. Bye bye.